Here we go, here we go, here we go. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Hits and Heels. It's Wednesday night at 9 o'clock, and I have a treat for y'all tonight. So let me give y'all the background. So I am Coach Terry Bryant, and y'all know that I am, maybe you don't know if this is your first time tuning in. I am a female football coach in Lexington, Kentucky. I coach middle school football with my husband, and I also coach on the only women's all tackle it is tackle football team in the state of Kentucky with the Derby City Dynamite. I'm their first female coach as well, and the first female coach here. I'm one of only two in the state of Kentucky. And I created Hits and Heels because I wanted to bring more awareness to, hey, Daphne, hey, family, more awareness that women's tackle football absolutely exists. And so that you guys can go out and check some of them out, right? But tonight, because I'm a football fanatic or whatever, and my family is such big football fans, I got my family on tonight. Jane Sneed is actually my family. We are distant cousins somewhere down the line, down there somewhere or whatever. And everybody, if you're an NFL fan and you watch the Super Bowl for the last 2 years or anything, you all know her son. Her son is number 38, the best cornerback in the NFL. To me, I don't care what nobody says. Jadarius Sneed, and hey, cuz, welcome to Hits and Heels.
Thank you so much. It is such a blessing to be on here with you all. Thank you, Coach Brian, for having me on.
Good. So listen, so just go ahead and just kind of give us a little bit of, tell us about yourself a little bit, with whatever you want us to know. So you're in a new, getting ready to go to a new fan base with the Tennessee Titans. You just left the Kansas City Chiefs, and that fan base, of course, I know you fell in love with my girl Sharon. So I grew up in Kansas, so a lot of my friends are all Kansas City Chiefs, and awesome. Sharon is the absolute. Have you met anybody that's a bigger fan than Sharon?
Oh, no. Within her and Catherine Basket and Gia, I tell you, them some Chief lovers, girl. They are some home-based Chief girls.
They don't play. They don't. Sharon don't not play about her Kansas City Chiefs. Do you hear me? Hey, Daphne, what's up, cuz? Thank you for coming on. So tell us about you. Tell us about, I don't know. When did it become a reality that your athletic son that loved to play football at a young age was getting ready to go pro?
But first of all,
or do you want to start with his college career? Where do you want to start?
Well, no, I want to first tell you about me. I am Jane Sneed. I am the mother of 3 sons, one deceased, named TQ Harrison, TQ Mims, and Lajarius Sneed, my 3 young men. So I actually am a alumni of Minden High School, where every one of my young men played football at Minden High. Every one of them, all 3 of them. As quarterback, cornerback, wide receiver, Lajarius played them all positions. So therefore, I'm kind of familiar with football, but if I tell you right now, I still don't know too much about football. I still continue to reach out to my other son and others when we're at a game. But how this led up to, Lajarius actually played Little League football at the age of 8 to 10 years old. And actually, at that time, he actually was a receiver. Every time he get the ball, he would always run through everybody. So from that small youth, being the Bulldogs, number 10 in his youth, he went on to another area in his life where he was growing up playing basketball. But Jarius did not want to play football. Neither one of my sons wanted to play football. Neither one of them. They always a basketball individual. So Lajarius actually was Get Live 5 and number 5. He was number 5, Get Live 5 for Minden High. Lajarius actually had this young man, and he always had an ego of wanting to follow this young man. And on his first jersey, he didn't have me getting Sneed on my jersey. And he had me getting this other number for this guy. And at that time, when pursuing his career, he went to La Tech. I did not have no idea my son was going to La Tech, Louisiana Tech University, until the day of him being assigned.
What?
Minden High School gave my son a draft day specifically just for him.
Mm-hmm.
So at that time, that's when everybody in the family realized he put that hat on that say La Tech. I was so happy because it was so close to home.
Oh yeah,
Not
absolutely.
let the baby go. Not moms don't want to let their baby go too far.
No, not at all.
And so we actually, after his pursuit at high school, he went on to La Tech. He did not finish in La Tech, which I call Louisiana Tech University.
Yes.
He actually was on his last semester, and the draft came. So Legarius actually wanted to play NFL. And so at that time, dreams become reality.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do now with my son want to play in the NFL? Really? So, Honey Badger, I give you a shout out. My son loved Honey Badger. And so when the draft time, let me tell you how it happened. He was actually going out to work out, like self-training or going on his own as a walk-in for football, as a walk-in. The day of the combine, like a day before or the day of combine, if I'm not mistaken, someone called him, and even to this day, I do not even know who it was, told us to pack his bags, get ready, get on a plane, and come to the combine. Don't you tell me what God cannot do. You got to believe he was in the process of getting ready for training to do a walk-in. But God had another plan. God had another plan for him. So we ended up going to the combine. In the combine, he was the second fastest runner. I think it was a 4.23, if I'm not mistaken.
Running. He's that fast
in the combine. Oh, at that time, we said, we're going. And we all got excited for him. And so at that time, it was time for drafting. Oh, as good as he was, we thought he was going for the first round. We waited day after day. We prepared ourselves day after day after day of the combine. Finally, the day come, we all get together in the group, say, it's going to happen today. It's going to happen today. And we was all sitting around patiently waiting. No one called yet. Everybody getting called. So when someone called Legarius and told him, the DB called him and said, we're going to invite you to our team. Boy, if I tell you, there was an outrage in that house. We were jumping on each other. We were screaming. We were hollering. We were so full of joy and the excitement that, hey, we get a chance to go to the Kansas City Chiefs, the championship. Us. I say us too. And so that was a thrill. So with him being in from the La Tech to NFL was a big accomplishment. So where we at now is actually a transformation. We got traded now. So that's where we're at now. If you all would see in my background, I have a Chief jersey and I have a Sneed jersey. So that's a little bit about Mom as me being a single mother raising 3 boys. And so that's a big accomplishment. The glory be given unto God.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Great job. Great job. Great job. So tell us where when y'all transition. So tell us about the transition from Kansas. No, I'm gonna back up. Tell us about your Super Bowl experiences for the last 2 years, because y'all went back-to-back Super Bowls with the Kansas City Chiefs.
Well, the first time
I looked at I looked at the ticket prices, sis. So
now the first one, let me tell you just like this. It was
tell us about the Super Bowl. I don't know if I can ever go.
It was nice. It was elegant. That's our first time experience something like that. It was overwhelming. It was good. You cannot take anything from it because that was our first experience being in the Super Bowl. So with him winning the Super Bowl, that was, I think it was 57. Super Bowl 57, we won. And it was such an outrage and it's such an experience that, hey, any mom, any parent will want to experience. And we had a great time. But going to the Super Bowl again, I tell you, you can't outdo God. You can't beat God. And I would say at that time that in between them years of Super Bowl 57 and Super Bowl 58, my son had got hurt with his knee. And they was actually pulling like 3 liters of fluid out of his knee each game. This last year, God touched, God healed. There was nothing drawn out of his knee. And he played a tremendous year. And you all probably know that when the football came out of the Buffalo, if I want to say the Ravens, somebody listen.
Mm-hmm.
No, my son.
That was him. That was him. Oh, we've seen it, sis. We've seen it.
I know the world's seen it. And
We've
so,
seen
you know, that was a big effort because every day we get up and pray before he go to the games. And we say blessings up on him. And for him to achieve what he done last year in order to get to the Super Bowl, I tell you, it's not just L'Jarius, it takes a team.
It does.
It takes a team to get where you're going. Everyone on that team done their best to get where we need to be because at the beginning, it was not looking good in our season.
It was ugly in the beginning. It really was ugly in the beginning.
Ugly. And so now that actually where we at. But the Super Bowl experience, you all, I don't even have words for that.
Yeah,
I don't have words for that. It's great. It's great. Yes.
Your girl Sharon said, "Hey."
Hi, Sharon.
She said, "Hey, man." And okay, and I'm gonna have to make sure you I add you to Tiffany Roderick's group. So she has a group where she teaches women the game of football.
Thank
you. I'll make sure I add you to her group. Right. Thanks, Tiffany, for being on. And so, okay, so now we get done with the second Super Bowl, and they try to put him on. They try to put a franchise tag on him. What the heck that mean, child? What that mean?
Actually, through a mom, let me tell you now, I might not be getting it right at Facebook. Don't get me wrong for it because my children tell me I don't know too much about football because I ask questions after questions.
Okay.
But what, to my understanding and my knowledge, they did franchise my son, the Chiefs did. And what that is actually a franchise. It actually states that, hey, I have you, quote, in my own words, in possession of me. But what they did give L'Jarius the opportunity to go out there to see the market. I wish that's randomly happens, but yet it's still out there with the market. Instead of being straight free agent, they franchise tag him for 1 year for $19.8 million. And if I'm not mistaken, it was according to other trades, other things that had to be done in order to trade him. So I would tell anybody doing that process and being a Christian, that was a faith walk. And I had mentioned to my children, listen, God told us this is going to be a big faith walk. Mm-hmm. We didn't understand at the beginning what was going on. And many times we would get on the phone with each other and try to say, okay, y'all, it's peacetime. We don't know what's going on. Many times L'Jarius wanted to fire his attorney, fire his agent, look for another agent, look for this agent. It actually was overwhelming. Mm-hmm. You had to deal with stress. You had to deal with frustration. You had to deal with anxiety. You had to deal with people. You have to deal with, hey, I don't have enough wisdom. I don't know the knowledge of football. I don't even know where I'm going from here, God. But what do we do when we don't know what to do? We stay. We stay. So at that point, I had told L'Jarius, okay, enough is enough. We are holding on to this. We have not even let God handle it. We need to cast our cares upon him and let him carry them because they are too heavy for us. It was too much for us. So at that time, you had the Colts, you had the Eagles, you had San Francisco, Baltimore, the Titans. You had many other teams that wanted my son, that saw the gift in him that was making room. They wanted to give him an opportunity to show himself. So I tell everybody, it's not easy. No, it's not. If I tell you that it was easy as a mom, seeing how your son could be so frustrated, because people don't realize that football players, it's a mental thing.
Oh, the game is mental.
Listen, it can attack them mentally. We don't know what they're going through. They just not going out there to play football. They have other things like their own personal lives to take care of. Then they have this, Mom, what if don't nobody take me? Mom, what if I don't get picked? What if I'm stuck with 1 year and yet I'm out of it? All I got is 19.8. So my son went in like, hey, I want my worth. I've done it. I've proven myself to man. Oh, glory to God. Hallelujah. He said he proven himself to man. But God sees everything. And I told him, God will close every door that needs to be closed, and he will open up the doors that need to be open. I said, if it's going to be God, it's going to be a smooth transition. If it's not, then we're going to have trouble with it. So at that time, the Titans, once had came in, backed out of it. After that, they came back in, and they offered my son exactly. You don't hear
what
me?
He wanted.
I say exactly what he wanted. So we come from poverty to generational wealth. And I tell you, ain't nothing with us. All this was God. If I take you step by step, as you may see, my son, number 38, we lived in 318 area code. His first address was a 38 in it. And we wanted that number 38 for God's number. So we knew it was God's plan for us. So in this whole ordeal going on, we finally met up with the Titans people, individual, the teammates, and all them. And I tell you, they greeted us with much love.
Oh, I saw the video. It was off the chain.
Open hands, love. I mean, it's everything that you wanted. And I tell my son, new beginnings, new people, new beginnings. And that's our focus on new things. Forgetting those things that are behind, but appreciating what was back there. Chiefs gave us an opportunity to look at him and see what's in him. And now God's going to stretch him to see what he's going to do for the Titans. I give you my word. God is not short concerning his promises. What God said, God going to do it, and he's going to finish what he started. So now we are Titans fans. Glory. And y'all might really look at here, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I know I'm lying. And I'm being real. Look at this hand. This got my Chiefs stuff on. This one got my Titans stuff on. Now that's love. I love Kansas.
But it's hard not to let go of Kansas City. Gave him his first opportunity, and the relationships that you had, because he was there for how long?
4 years.
4 years, right? And the relationships. I mean, come on, Sharon. Does it get any better than Sharon? Right? Does it get any better than Sharon? Right. And so just the relationships that you, it's hard. You can't let that go. So there's nothing wrong with you being able to hold on that. But yeah, you definitely you preach that, sis. I mean, it has to be really, really hard. Hey, Ricky Adams, that had to be hard, because we're looking at it from the outside in, just looking at the Facebook posts, the stuff on social media, the stuff on Sports Center, because of course they're all talking about him, because he was, I don't know how did he not make the Pro Bowl? So I think what the Pro Bowl is, so this year when it's time for him to do Pro Bowl, we're going to make sure that we're on like every day. Everybody has the links, because you can vote as many times as you want to. So what it is just a popularity contest.
Yes.
So this year, when it's time for the Pro Bowl, we'll do an all-out social media attack every day on a regular basis, and make sure everybody just has that link to the Pro Bowl to
Yes,
make sure
please.
that he gets it this year, because it's a
Yes.
pop. Because at first I was like, how the heck he done
Well,
locked up?
I'm telling
He
you
done locked up Cheetah. He
now.
done locked up Diggs. He done locked up.
Chase, all of them,
Yeah,
all the top
all of
number
them.
1 wide
Every
receivers.
great wide receiver that was on those teams, he locked every last one of them up.
Glory be to God. Yes. Yes.
So yes,
And
he
did not
deserved to be in the
allow
Pro
a
Bowl, and
touchdown
he
in the
deserved to
season.
be named one of the best corners in the league, hands
Yes.
down.
But see, in God's eyes, God knew it. God paid him better.
Right. Come on, Sharon. What Sharon said, she told him long before Kansas is the KC is the beginning and doesn't mean it's your ending. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Sharon.
She
Absolutely,
knows.
Sharon. So 1/3 is coaches and the last third is the team members. Oh yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely, Sharon. Anyway, so now we're what did they say? Tighten up. What's they
Tighten up.
tighten up?
Tighten up.
Tighten up. So all my in-laws live in Nashville, and there so I introduced you to my sister-in-laws, Vinay and Bridget. They're both Titans fans, and you'll get to meet my father-in-law, George McKinney. He's a Titans fan. My
Looking forward to
son's
it.
brother is a
Okay.
Titans fan. So I know a lot of
Family
people that are
there.
Titans fans. So you're gonna meet, we can't replace Sharon, but you'll still
Oh,
meet some good, you'll
oh
still
yeah,
meet some good people, but can't nobody replace Sharon.
thank you. Thank you.
But you'll meet some good people. She said, but the Lord told him to took him to this bowl, baby, and was
Right.
handpicked by Peyton. Said, oh yeah, to the
Yeah,
Pro Bowl.
faith.
Now
Yes.
that had to feel good. How did Jay feel when Peyton Manning picked him for the Pro Bowl
Man, listen,
himself?
we was actually trying to reach out to Payne every which way it was. I
Uh-huh.
mean, he felt elated to know that someone as elite as Payne is to recognize his work, to recognize his status, to recognize the good football tactics that he had. And that meant a whole lot to him. He will always give gratitude to Payne because if it wasn't for Payne, nobody would have even invited him. And even today, I want to say personally, thank you, Mr. Payne. If you were to see this or someone tell you, please let them know Mama Sneed said thank you so much.
I'm pretty sure you'll get your opportunity one day because Peyton's always real active at the games and stuff like that. So I haven't looked at y'all schedule this year.
I haven't
But
even seen the schedule.
you haven't seen the schedule?
No.
You know what? The schedule might not be out. I think what it does is it just has who your home games are, and then it has who your away games. But I don't think the actual schedule is out. Yeah, is out yet. Not until I think after. I don't think they list that until after the draft. I think. Sharon, when does the schedule come out?
I think after the draft.
Let us know. Because we know Sharon
She know everything. You know she on it.
She's
She be on it.
That's her. I know Sharon know. Or Ricky, one of y'all. So Ricky Adams is we grew up in the same hometown, and he played for I think the Bengals, and he played in the NFL as well. He's going to be my guest on June. Ricky, when you book June 6th, I think he's coming and tell his story.
Awesome.
He played at Oklahoma State, and he played in the NFL, and now he's a financial advisor right now, and
Ricky.
so I can't wait to have him on today. Now, where do we go? Okay, so next week, when do y'all come in and get settled into Nashville?
Actually, Jerry is already there, but I will be there next weekend. So we're trying to get everything established from one city to the next state to the next state. So it's going to be a moving process, but we're eagerly to get there though. And so we got a lot of people that are actually helping us to get on our feet, to know where he's living. So we got a lot of people on our team that's really helping us out. My sister, Christine Samuels, was actually from Clarksville, Tennessee.
Oh, that's not far at all.
Yeah, she pretty much know the area also. So we're all as a family going to get together and figure some things out.
Okay,
he's going to go to. We want everything settled before he get into that deep training, that they sit in, the OT and all that. So
when did the OTD start?
I have no idea at this time. I have no idea.
Okay. because I think sometimes they're different per team. I think they do them at
Her
different,
position, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
different times. I was on a podcast with my girl Cynthia, has a sports, she does a sports podcast, and there was a guy on there. He said that he was a big Sneed fan, and he said he was going to be there at the
Awesome.
OTDs, and he said that he was looking forward to meeting him. So, hey, say you got a fan base, just let him know that, hey, the family's here, we support y'all, we got y'all's
Thank
back.
you. Thank you.
Hey, we appreciate y'all, just hanging in there. I appreciate you coming on. First of all, shout out. This is your first podcast, and you were doing an
Yes,
absolute
it
fantastic job.
is. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
You are doing a fantastic job. Okay, so tell me where, okay, so his son, how old is his son?
Kyson Cade is actually 6 years old.
Oh, he's so precious.
Oh, that's my dog. That's my baby. That's Kyson.
Okay,
He's daddy
now,
baby.
now, my cuz be sugar sharp every weekend for the games, girl. So is everything tailor made, or does he have a somebody that he goes to? Because I've never seen any of this. I've never seen any. Of course, it's nothing that anybody else has. You could tell they're unique ensembles that he wears, and bruh, sugar sharp.
Yes, they are tailor made. He has his own personal dresser who actually does his clothing and everything, all his designs. And just for the point, Legarius does not wear his clothes twice. If you see
Lord
him
have
in one
mercy.
suit. Yeah, he loves suits because he look more professional and he loves suits. And
Okay.
I agree with him. He look more professional in suits. And
Okay.
he only wear his suits one time and put it in the
Okay.
closet.
So after he wears the suits, then what happens to the
They
suits?
just in the closet.
They just sit in the closet.
They're just in the closet. Yes, they're just in the closet.
Okay, I ain't even mad at him. I need to find.
Jerry's
I think him and my son are about the same size. So we might have to go hit. We might have to go and hit this and hit his
32,
closet up or something. Yeah, we might have to go hit his closet up, right? So anyway, my Uncle Dale is on. He said, "Hey, Ricky
Hi.
Adams did play for. It was with the Washington Redskins. That's what I thought." Coach Ron Prince is on. So Coach Ron Prince used to coach for the Lions, and he used to be a assistant coach for the Colts and the Jaguars, and he was a college coach for 30 years. He's one of my best friends on, and he said, "Go Mama Sneed."
Thank you.
Yeah, and what Sharon said, Kansas is coming too.
Yes, they're gonna be coming too with me. Them are not just my Kansas City fans. They are my friends.
They're
They are
your friends. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, cool. So, where is you have another son? Okay, no, this is where I want to go. Mm-hmm. Now that we didn't got this big contract, things have got to change differently. So, are you still rolling by yourself, or do you have a security with you now?
I have both.
Has it gotten to that point yet? Because I really need you to start being careful.
It really didn't have to, but you got to realize the level that you're on and where you're going. So much going on.
New levels, new devils.
Because you just never know. There are haters, there are jealousy,
there are.
You all got all kind of people, but you always got to be alert, knowing even though God's a protector, but you got to use a little wisdom with it, But yes, I have both.
Good.
Yes.
Good.
With this transformation, a lot has changed. A lot have changed.
Oh, I bet it has. What has been the biggest transformation?
My biggest transformation is whether I'm going to stay in Tennessee or whether I'm going to reside in Louisiana. I have a lot going on, so I do own my own business in tax.
You have a tax business,
and I do manage apartment complex. So I do DNAs too. I know a lot of people are gonna say, "Why do Mama Sneed still work?" Mama Sneed still like her income. Mama Sneed still love paying her tithes and her offering. Mama Sneed still love her own. And so, hey, my son has a life of his own, and I teaches him he has a family also to take care of. He loves mom and will do whatever it takes for mom, but at the same token, he has a life himself. Okay. So yes, I do work. And so my biggest transformation now is actually, where do I go from here now, Lord?
Okay. So we're just gonna throw that up in give it up to him, and he's gonna work it out like he always
Yeah, like you always.
like he always does. So so I guess you got to spend a little bit of time in Nashville to kind of see whether or not you want to make that move.
Yes.
Nashville is, I'm not gonna lie, Nashville is a nice city, and I would love to have you close to me so I can pop through there every once in a while and go hang out, because I go down there to go see my in-laws anyway. So
Okay.
yeah, I would love to be able to stroll down there
Awesome.
if you decide to move here. And of course your tax business, you can.
I have an employee now. I only been in my tax places 2 days. So I have a good employee that operates it very well.
Oh, so you have a brick and mortar business for your tax business,
I have
or
an
is it
employee that
virtual?
works for me.
Oh,
She
okay.
knows more as I know. So
Okay,
she's very
gotcha.
good.
Because I was going to
Yes.
say that's a business that you can do virtually. Well, you could
Yes.
take it anywhere or whatever, and still get your
Right.
clients and still be able to do that business virtually. So
Yes.
maybe not so much the apartment complex, but you could still kind of manage that on a regular
Yeah, I
basis.
can manage a lot. I have my
From
mom here
Nashville.
also. So my mom, I don't know what she's gonna do. I did not move to
Oh, your
Kansas.
mom's gonna make a decision too.
Yes, I didn't move to Kansas due to the fact of my mom. She's an elderly lady, but she went to every game. If y'all look at my
Bless
mama,
her
she's been every
heart.
game, even in the cold.
Ooh, because
So we're
Kansas,
actually
it was some cold. Girl, I'm gonna tell you
yes.
that Kansas City Miami game. I don't know why they didn't change that game someplace else, because that was too cold. Ain't no
Oh,
way.
look, baby, when it be cold, it's totally different from Louisiana. That's the hurting cold. Make you
It
cry.
was. It was. Was that an adjustment for Jadarius?
Yes, at the beginning it was. We got
The
used to it.
cold.
Yeah, he got used to it.
He got
Yes.
used to
After
it.
2 years, he got used to it.
Okay, yeah. Okay. So what has his big maybe transition or obstacle that he or adversity that he had to get over, or that he had to kind of you know get used to?
Well, right now with him moving, even in Kansas, let me go back. With Kansas, his first thing that he was kind of off of leaving family, because we are a family oriented individuals. So, but that kind of took place because we actually visit a lot.
Okay.
Now for Nashville, which is closer, which is I think an 8 hour drive to us, and
Hmm.
which right now it's just actually getting to know a new place, you know, just finding himself in a new place, getting to meet new people. So I cannot actually speak for himself, but I'm quite sure, like any other individual, it's actually just meeting new people. And so, that's
And getting
basically,
to learn a new team.
yeah, he got a big heart. He's a heart for people. He has a heart for kids. And so this is a new team that's building. And with his effort and with his strength, what and all the tactics and the experience that he done in Kansas, he's bringing it to
Oh,
Tennessee.
absolutely,
And
because
so
now
that
he knows exactly what
right,
it takes to get to the next
right.
level.
He
And
knows
a
what it
lot of times you don't have players that had the opportunity to go to the next level like that, and to experience that. And so now he can definitely bring that experience to his new
right.
teammates. So uh make sure, okay, I want you to, when you go meet the quarterback, Will Levis,
Levis, I haven't met him yet.
he's from Kentucky, so make sure you high five him for us, for the
Right.
family. Because that's where Ty played. Ty plays for Kentucky. He's number 14. So
Okay.
make sure you give Will Levis a high five for us. Tell him we're proud of him, because even during his thing, he thought he was going to go higher in the draft,
Oh
and he
wow.
ended up going like in the either late in the draft or the second or the early in the second round, I think. And it
Oh,
was
we didn't
very
get that to the fourth. We got
it was
fourth
very
round,
disappointing.
number 138.
Yeah. Hey,
Low ball. We got low ball there too. It's
but you know
all
what
good.
though? But I think that's a testimony in itself for a lot of athletes and parents that go to the next level. I mean, you got to think Tom Brady went the seventh round.
Really?
Coach Prince, where did Tom Brady go? He was down there, and now he's the GOAT.
See
You
that
see what I'm
music
saying?
go?
So it's not where you start, it's where you finish.
That's right. Exactly. I agree with you on that.
Right. So even though he was 130, 137, that doesn't even matter
138.
because 138, 38. Them
38.
38.
I'm
Girl,
telling
did
you.
you play that number like
I'm
I mean
telling
say the
you.
numbers you 138. Oh my God, are you serious?
Yes,
Right.
he
And
was picked
so
up at 138.
yeah, oh yeah, you played all the time. Oh, I
Yeah.
bet. How many times did it hit?
I don't care. I'm going. Ooh, who hit that? Y'all better
No,
go play it
everybody else is
tonight.
getting ready to start.
Y'all
Everybody else
better
ain't
go
getting
play that
ready to start playing.
tonight. 3838. See the numbers in the back.
3838, 138, 831. They go. Yeah, I don't do that either. I think the Powerball is like it's at billions of dollars, and I still don't play it. But yeah, who's this must be one of your friends too.
That's Benita. That's my cousin. Hi,
Benita.
Benita.
Hey, cousin Benita.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Tiffany. Tiffany said he went in the 6th round. Tom
Oh,
Brady went in the 6th round, honey. Yeah, so he, and he became the GOAT
first shall be last, and the last shall be first.
every time. That's what the word says, every time. Right. And so how is it how is it Trent? Okay, I have a son. How do you deal with the females coming after your son now that he done got this big old contract, honey? Because I would be ready to hit all these little heifers in their throat coming after my baby.
Wow, she bring that subject up, but no, seriously, all due respect. You have to. I learned, and I want to make sure I say this correct. My boys was my boys. It was just only us. And I want to say this very not vague nor but say humble. I'm very cautious of who my children date. They will ask mom, what do you think about her? What do you think? And mom gonna be honest. Because sometimes we know we moms, we can see straight through some people because
Yes,
we've been
absolutely.
there,
Yes,
done that,
done
and
that.
everything else with that, added with it. So,
Yes.
but with their personal lives, if they choose to be with whosoever they will, and if they're happy, that's their choice.
Of course.
They have to deal with it. But yes, moms, yes, sisters, there will be many come after football players. And I'm not just talking about one race. When I say everyone, Caucasian, black, green, purple, whatever, because some people target money. But not realizing these football people need individuals that can meet their standards.
Yes.
I don't want to just take from you. I want to add
you. To you. Yes.
So honestly, being a mom, I am their protector eyes.
Absolutely.
I'm not a controlling, but I am a protector.
Right.
I don't control their situation. I don't control who they want in life. Come to me, they ask a question. I say, well, what do you think about it? Because at the end of the day, whose decision is it? Yours. All the mama can do is tell you a little bit, this and that, tell your mind spirit, baby, I see straight through, baby, no, that's the one. And you still gonna take it wherever you want to take it. So I advise moms, I know we can be very protective of our children because we want them to do better. We want them to have someone in their life that can take them somewhere. Be a family. My son is single now with 3 children. And hey, I don't look at it bad. If you can if you got them children, you can take care of them children. So therefore, I'm glad that where God has placed us, he's able to take care of his children. And that's a blessing. And his children when we manage it right. There you go. Did you get that? I said, when you manage it right.
Right.
Because there are such things as being a broke NFL player.
Oh, there's lots of them.
Hello.
There's lots of them. Okay, yes, so that brings another good question. How do you know? And I know your faith is amazing. You've showed us your faith and how much faith you have. And there's no doubt in my mind that God has his hands all over y'all. But how do you keep the faith of knowing that you have the right accountant, the right agent, just the right team in place that totally, unequivocally has y'all's best interests?
You don't.
Like what would you see that would be a red flag if there was something that they weren't doing, or can you tell moms what they need to look for?
Well, actually,
And as far as building your team of people to help y'all,
you just want to, on a level of physically and not spiritually. Okay, I'm gonna get you on your level. Mentally, you want what's best for your kids, so you got to outweigh what option is best. Is this person is good just for money, or is this individual's good not just for football, but can take me when football is over with? What can I have afterwards? Don't look at me just in this football season, because seasons change. Football,
yes,
anything can happen at that one incident, one mistake, and flash. Anything can happen. So what do? I look for somebody that, hey, can take me from football to my personal life. What am I going to have after football is over with? So when you focus it on individual, there will be times you will make mistakes.
of course.
I'm telling you, you don't. That's not the right one.
There's no way that you can get it all right. Yes.
No, you live and you learn.
Yes.
You live and you learn. That's the only thing I can offer to you. You live and you learn. You up there thinking you're gonna make the right people at the right time. You're gonna miss God some of the time, and you're gonna find out who you thought was on your side, who you thought was for you, is really against you, that have taken all your money that you got and invested in themselves and not in you. And you will get to that point. So I advise you, you just gotta wait. Don't rush. Listen to me. Somebody trying to rush you to do something, flat.
That's when you slow down.
Flat. Sign this today. Oh, we gotta sign this today. Get in touch with somebody else. But no, you got 30 days to sign that. Okay, bye. Look for red flags. Look as they out for your best interest. Look and see as they out best for your children's interests. Not just blowing money. Don't buy everything. Budget. Invest. I encourage you to invest in money. Invest things in real estate. Anything that your heart desire, invest in it. Because you just never know when it's over with.
Gotcha. That is so good. Oh, girl, one of my favorite people came on and he said you look like Mary J. Blige. He said say that. Is everybody tell you?
If it's not Mary J., it's Fantasia.
Oh, I didn't see the Fantasia until you just said Fantasia. Yeah, y'all do favor. Well, those are two beautiful women, so that just tells you just how gorgeous you are. So
thank you, Alvin.
That just shows you how gorgeous you are. Sharon, she said, I love that about them. She said they come to mom no matter what. My girl Cynthia Coleman has her own podcast called Sports Sense. I'm gonna have to get you on her podcast too, so we can get you on out there. Okay. Oh, Mr. Alvin got another question. Let's see what Mr. Alvin asking right here. He said, so many young men at the professional level be confronted with so many circumstances, and I was saddened by the incident moving his ex-teammate Rashi Race. What advice can you give to keep young men grounded?
Advice to keep young men grounded. Be wise in your friends. Learn your identity of who you are. That's the big. You don't have to follow the crowd. Be an example. Be an asset. Be a light. Detour from anything that you don't want to suffer for the consequences of it. I would tell anybody, trouble easy to get into, hard to get out.
Yeah.
Trust me. One mistake can cost you the rest of your life. Following the wrong crowd can cost you the rest of your life. So, of course, my son, I can give an example. In college, my son had a whole lot of things going through that stage. I want to be grown, going to a college, never smoke. Well, of course, he drink. Get into trouble with your friends. Want to be a friend pleaser. Got into a whole lot of trouble. Yes, I said a whole lot of trouble. That actually he lost his scholarship. NCAA, he lost his scholarship. So we had to pay for his scholarship and he straightened his act up. Anything can happen, I tell you. Jailhouse is not for us. Nobody. Get yourself, detour yourself from anybody, the smoking, the drugs, the all whatsoever it may be that affect you, from rooted and getting yourself grounded in what your vision is for your life. Get a vision for your life. Get a plan for your life. Get a purpose for your life. And I guarantee you, you can't go wrong. And mothers, parents, do not stop giving up on your children. Do not stop giving up on their dreams, because the end shall speak. So continue. I tell kids in a minute, just be yourself. If I got to be alone, then that's what I do, because I'm going to pursue what I want in life.
Girl, you preached that. Oh my God. I mean, I think that's probably one of the biggest fears that we have. I mean, we raised him right. He knows right from wrong. I think one of the things that my husband says when he would always leave the house is, do what's right, not what's popular. So he has a good head, but I think that's just one of the biggest fears, that just being in the wrong place at the wrong time, with somebody, a hater, getting him caught up. My husband tells a story all the time when he was in high school, when he was getting, I think he had committed to the University of Kentucky. He said that he and a couple of his friends was driving his car. He said they were driving someplace. They were getting ready to go to a party. They pulled over, put him out of his car on the side of the road. They went to the party to make sure that it was safe for him to go there, because they did not want anything to happen to him that could jeopardize his opportunity to go to Kentucky on his scholarship. And I think that is just such the biggest thing of just, surrounding them with good friends. But we were lucky with Ty. He's got most of his friends. They're like our nephews, and we absolutely just loved them to death. So, we're knocking on wood and thanking God right now that he's still, that he's still on the up and up.
That's great.
Sharon all over this place. Sharon said they wouldn't know what to do with the three of us. I know, Sharon. He said Warren Sapp said that Tony Dungy said that the devil is alive in the wee hours of the night, and alcohol, drugs, and strip clubs and other worldly dangers exist. That's when he operates. That's when he operates. Yeah. Yeah. Myra Vaughn said, this must be one of your friends too. Everyone needs friends like that. Myra, thank you for being on.
Thank you, Myra.
And even I saw something, my girl Sports Sense was on here too. So again, I can't, she's her, I'm gonna tell you, as soon as we get off of here, I'm gonna make sure she has your information, and she's gonna book you on, and then you're gonna be doing her podcast next. Okay. All right. Right. Cause she's still doing, extraordinary women in sports, and you fall into that category, because I'm gonna tell you right now. So I have another friend that I got another friend, James said of Cleveland, that's in Nashville. And so she's in charge of Sports Mom University. And she has a group on Facebook, and she does 2 podcasts during the week. And that's what she does. She helps families go to the next level and go through the whole recruiting process. My best friend, Ron Prince, also helps us with that process as well. And, so I definitely appreciate you being on here and just giving light to parents. Cause here's a question. Is there something about whether it's the recruiting process, like going up to college? I know you said that you didn't know, that he was going to Louisiana Tech, but was there anything that maybe he said that he wished he'd have known prior to that? And or did he have any other offers?
Yes, he had other offers. He had Arkansas. He actually had LSU, Lafayette. He had about 4 or 5 more options from school. And but we really recruited. We had Grambling also. And of course, the recruiting everywhere. I mean, it's time consuming going to colleges and make sure that this is the college that you want for your child. And there were many other colleges that I would not wanted him to go due to I knew how it was.
Okay.
And but there were others that I did not want him to go due to the fact of being far gone, being
Mm-hmm.
farther away from me at that time. But it's actually as a process, actually what he done, what Minden High actually got his tape together, his all his stats, and whatever they do, filming you and all that. He had
Right.
all that. Minden High, the high school, done it for him, and they actually just put it out. And there he started, people start inviting him to the college to come out there and see. And not only that, but with us, with the lack of transportation, another testimony, didn't have transportation. The colleges came to us. The recruiter came to us. And at that time, so you do, I don't know whether they still does that or not, but it's a process. Recruiters can come to you or you go to them. And actually at that time, it was just honestly, it was just a move of God. It was just strictly a move
Mm-hmm.
of God.
You said something else that was really important that I learned from my friend Coach Ron Prince. And so parents, one of the things that he taught me when we were going through the recruiting process with Ty was the distance things is really huge. So everybody knows about the transfer portal, especially in college. And so one of the things that Ron taught me, he said the reason why, he said that if you really research most of the kids in the transfer portal, most of them are homesick because they don't went away from home, and they no longer have their support system, because especially as Black families in poverty, if you go someplace that's over 8-10 hours, that's a long drive. So either making that drive, now you got to get hotels, or let alone if you fly. A lot of what happens is Black families end up spending more money with traveling and trying to support their athletes, as opposed to the scholarship that is supposed to be paying for their college.
That's
And so
true.
the money that you're using to do all that traveling and stuff, you could have paid for a college someplace closer to home. And so thank you for bringing up that point, because that's definitely a point in the recruiting process that families definitely need to take into consideration, because the whole purpose of getting a scholarship is so that you don't have to pay for school, so
Right,
that you
right.
don't come out of pocket, so that you're not spending a lot of money, especially if your money is already funding.
Mhm.
You don't have time to be doing all that traveling. But the kids do end up going, a lot of them do go in the transfer program. Because you was like, what? You thought this kid had a great time in their first year, and they're in the transfer portal. You're like, why are they leaving? And it ends up being, a lot of it is they end up getting homesick because they chose a place. Of course, that was, it sounded good when the coaches was talking to them and they
Right,
were getting
right.
courted. It's like it's like going through any type of relationship. They kind of court you, and they make you feel good, and they make you feel special. And so you gain this relationship with these coaches, but then when you get there, you
Wow.
end up missing mama,
Yeah.
missing granny. you know,
But
you
it's
know,
always good to know when you do get there, support them. Try to
yes.
win games. Call them often. See how they're doing. Just a call means so much to them, because hey, somebody thinking of me. And they get in that stage, their first time getting away, they're not comfortable because they're getting out the nest. They leaving mom's nest, and so now not just them alone, mama feeling alone because that last baby. You know what I'm saying? So mama got to bear with it also. Hey, I got to
Yeah,
give you
that
some
empty nest
words.
ain't no joke, child.
But
Woo.
I encourage y'all to continue to Encourage the youth, encourage the children, you know, be there for them in every area. Do your best in the situation or the circumstance that you're in. Do your best.
Okay. Any any last words? We're gonna wrap this up. Is there anything that you've ever wanted to talk about publicly that you've never had a platform to say?
Me?
You. Is there anything that you wanted to, you would like, if I was on a TV show and I had the opportunity to say this, this is what I say.
Don't forget God. I don't have a life without God. And you tempted me to go back way in my life. And I could give you this one testimony. Who you looking at? I was involved in a relationship, not knowing that this guy had HIV. And I don't tell this story until I'm led to. This guy had HIV and did not never tell me where he got it from, didn't know where he was coming from, didn't know nothing about it. I took care of this man because the God told me that do not let this man go without knowing he's saved. I stayed with a man with HIV just for him to get to know Jesus.
Mm.
And he died. 6 months, 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, a year. I went and got checked. My life, sexually involved, could have been destroyed. But God, my eyes are watering now, but God. After 2 years of being tested, every 3 months, I never got AIDS.
Wow.
I never was a traitor, HIV. And today, young youth, know your worth. Don't settle for anything less than who you are. Always know who you are in life. Don't pull yourself down for nobody. There's a purpose for your life. There's a purpose for your visions. So go out and get it. You're looking at a living testimony.
Amen.
I'm well. I'm healed. And I thank God every chance I can get. Because where I'm at now, I'm going to enjoy on my way going. Be blessed.
Oh, that's good stuff. Good stuff. Hey, cuz thank you so much for blessing us with your testimony. Of course, you know, we never know how God is gonna show up and show out on here. We've had some really, really good ones, and this one was definitely up there because you definitely got really transparent with us, and you didn't have to. And you really blessed some people with that. And that's definitely gonna probably help somebody heal.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna help somebody get saved.
Yes, Lord, that's the purpose.
As far as thinking, just looking at your testimony and we overcome by the words of the blood and overcome by the blood of the Lamb and the words of a testimony every time. And so thank you so much for that. I definitely appreciate that. And I definitely don't take that lightly that you shared, such a personal experience with us on Hits and Heels tonight. And so when I end the broadcast, don't log off. I'm just going to end the stream. But listen, so, hey, Sharon, love you, baby. I can't wait to put my arms around you and put my hands on you whenever I get a chance to. Daphne Mims, cuz, thank you. Benita Crosby, thank you. Mr. Brown, thank you. Tiffany Roderick, thank you. Trina, I seen you sneak up in there. Trina Felton, one of my besties. I seen you sneak in here. Thank you. Thank you all for tuning in. Myra, thank you for tuning in. Of course, Ron Prince, my bruh, thank you always for coming in. Who else? Ricky, pretty Ricky, what they call him. Ricky, guys, Ricky Adams will be our guest on June. I think it's June the 6th or whatever like that. He's gonna be another good one when we come on here. But I don't want to miss anybody. My Uncle Dale, I don't want to miss anybody. And if I miss you, please take it up to me in heart. I try to make sure that I acknowledge everybody that comes on my live stream. Those that are not on there and I can't see you, hey, I appreciate you all coming on. Tiffany, yes, thank you so much again. So listen, Hits and Heels comes on every Wednesday night at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. If you have a story to tell, a testimony, and you want to come on and give your testimony, hey, call me and let me know whether or not, and we could set something up. If you can't do Wednesday night, we'll figure it out. Because right now y'all know I'm coach. I got track. I'm coaching track and I'm coaching football. My husband is coaching baseball. He's coaching 2 teams and I'm coaching 2 teams. So I have track meets on Mondays and Wednesdays. I have football practice on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I have games on Saturdays. So Sundays I think is really like our only day outside of my Wednesday nights to be able, and maybe Fridays. If we can get maybe another day in where we can maybe get some of you all's. He said your son will have a 3 picks this year. I hope so. Yeah, so we'll do that. So for those of you that live in Lexington, so y'all know this Saturday is the spring game. It's at 1 o'clock. I can't wait to see my baby hit the field. Girl. So I was just telling you when we was offline, we're in an uproar here in Lexington, Kentucky, because they done ran off Coach Cal, our basketball coach that's been here for 15 years, that then turned the whole city upside down, and they done ran him off. So and don't nobody else want the job. So that's all I'm saying on that. Don't nobody else want the job. So they can't find nobody. So they're gonna have to settle for somebody that just like, well, I'll come. Y'all ain't gonna give it to nobody else, because they probably would have never had an opportunity any other time because don't nobody else want it. That's funny. So anyway, so thanks, Cynthia. Thank you, Mr. Brown. Thank you, everybody. Love you too, Trina. We love everybody. And yes, Sharon, I can't wait. It's gonna be a good time when we all get together. So you gotta let me know when you hit Nashville, because I'm coming down. All right, I love y'all. Don't log off. See y'all next week.